Saqiya was a village in Palestine 8.5 kilometers away from Jaffa, depopulated in 1948. Location: the village was located 8.5 kilometers east of Jaffa, 25 meters above sea level, on uneven land in the central coastal plain. A number of paved roads passing through and near the village allowed them to easy access to London, Jaffa, Tel Aviv, as well as the villages adjacent to it. History: Ottoman period. In 1596, under Ottoman rule, Saqiya was a village in the Nahiyah of Ramla with a population of 270. It paid taxes on a number of crops, including wheat, barley, fruit and sesame, as well as on other types of property, such as goats, beehives and vineyards. The Syrian Sufi teacher and traveler Mustafa al-Bakri al-Siddiqui, who toured the region in the first half of the 18th century, wrote that he passed through Saqiya while he was on his way to Jaffa. An Ottoman village list of about 1870 showed that Saqiya had 53 houses and a population of 168, though the population count included men only. In the 1882, the Palestine Exploration Fund's survey of western Palestine found that the village had a well to the south. The adobe brick-built homes were built close to each other. British Mandate period. In the 1922 census of Palestine conducted by the British Mandate authorities, Saqiya had a population of 427, all Muslims, increasing in the 1931 census to 663 inhabitants, still all Muslims, in 142 houses. A primary school for boys was established in 1936. This school acquired 16 dunams of land for agricultural training, and it had 136 pupils enrolled by the mid-40s. The inhabitants of the village engaged mainly in agriculture, cultivating fruit, especially citrus, grains and vegetables. In the later years on the Mandate, some cement buildings were built coupled with a slight expansion of the village. The inhabitants of the village had a mosque established at the end of the Mandate. By 1945 the population had increased to 1,100, all Muslims, while the total land area was 5,850 dunams. According to an official land and population survey, of the land area a total of 2,422 were used for growing citrus and banana, 145 were for plantations and irrigable land, 2,534 for cereals, while 114 dunams were classified as built-up areas. 1948 War and Aftermath. According to Israeli sources, the village was attacked and occupied on the 25th of April 1948. But according to the Palestinians, a telegram sent to the Associated Press noted that it was a few days later, on 27-28 April, along with the Qa'iria and Kafr Anna villages. Whatever was the case, Saqiya was among the villages targeted in the process of Operation Hametz. The history of Haganah mentioned that the occupation of Saqiya and the surrounding villages have been done without mentioning anything about the population number at the time. However, the villages tell a different story. This is Abu Muhammad from the village, describing what happened on the 25th of April 1948. Jews entered the village and started shooting women, men, and old people. They arrested girls, and we still don't know what happened to them. They came from the settlement that was near the village. They used Bren guns. Then armored vehicles entered the center of the village. 14 were killed that day. 2 women could not run, so they were killed in the village. The villages ran together in the direction of Al-Lid. After that, families started to leave separately. We left everything in the village. We thought it would be a short trip and we would come back. Or Yehuda was established on the territory of the village in the year 1950 for the resettlement of Jews from Iraq and North Africa. Ramat Pinkas was established in the year 1952, on land belonging to the neighboring village of Qa'iria. Palestinian historian Walid Khalidi described the village remains in 1992. No more than 10 houses remain. Some are inhabited by Jewish families. One is used as a workshop for car repair, and others are deserted. One of the occupied houses has a large front door and a garret with a slanted roof extending along the short side. A second house is quite long and has a large number of windows of various sizes. A third is a 2-story house whose second floor is fronted by a facade decorated with wide lancet arches. In addition to the houses, there are truncated walls, the mud brick foundation of a destroyed building, and other debris on the site. There are also cactuses and sycamore, cypress, Christ thorn, and palm trees. Part of the surrounding land is cultivated, the rest is covered by settlement buildings. Bibliography.